The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the 49ers and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the third overall pick in April's draft, the rookie from North Dakota State, Trey Lance. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
So, great throw right there, and what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title, and they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw here into the hands of Harry.
And he's got this down to the 35. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already, and now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Firkser.
Touchdown, Bears!
Anthony Firkser from 3 yards out. And the Bears will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run. It's Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Now Allen. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Here's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
They'll run with Carter.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Carter.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Touchdown! Kyle Rudolph from 3 yards out. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gano the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Lance now on first down.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Gregory Rousseau.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Throwing on second and long.
Lance.
And his throw is incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
From the gun, it's Lance. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore. But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, Herbert. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Right there, 54, right there.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Rosas' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not
Either
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Allen now on first down. Ebron caught left side.
And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. And Lance's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Working from the gun. Lance.
Completes it to the fullback, Ham. Oh, he sheds himself free. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But all the guys can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tyler Higbee there to make the grab. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now 17-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. So we come upon half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Come on now, let's go.
The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On second down, it's Coleman. Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a seat.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Flushed out right. First down and more for Allen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Now Carter.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down, a run with Carter.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run on first down. It's Carter. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Lance able to find Higgins.
And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys right up the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. Play action. Now it's Allen. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Carter again.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Michael Carter Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? There's a ball thrown right side and complete, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
7 yards, the pickup there. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll go for it. Lance. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they'll get this down to the 10. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Mark Barrett leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal. Now Carter to start the drive.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And take it right on the 30. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Bears take over. So now the Bears down on the scoreboard. A little under a minute 50 remaining.
Lance now on 1st down. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He was looking for Michael Pittman that time.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Lance again.
Flush to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They'll go again with Carter.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
And the Niners will continue on as we say so long, everybody.